it was, again, a batshit crazy NFL weekend. And when I'm quoting there, this is the coolest, as it really is. Because in the middle of all of these wonderful games, okay, Chicago taking back the division in that town with Al Michaels shaking. They want so badly to care at football, to be relevant at football. They care so much, and they've never had this quarterback, and they've never had this coach. Not Ditka, not anyone has the ability to both outsmart your coach in offensive ways that make the Lions collapse in the division when he's taken away and Dan Campbell exposed as something less than when he couldn't keep up with the plays. They've got the coach that's running off the field after toppling what Aaron Rodgers has specifically done to the Bears historically with bleep the Packers, bleep them. Because it's a new era in Chicago, and they know they're going to be good for 10 years.
I like people getting upset with Ben Johnson's handshake with Matt LaFleur. I mean, he snuck it right in there. He had a big grin on his face. I mean, he essentially smacked his hand, and then he ran off. I liked it. Fuck the Packers. Like, why can't the coaches not like each other? I like it the coaches don't like each other. I like it Ben Johnson doesn't like the Packers. I like it.
Zaslow, apparently you didn't take the cue, and neither did I. I wasn't trying to be gratuitously television by using the F word there. It's just I'm quoting Ben Johnson as he runs off of the field, or as he's around the highest forms of the celebration that they've had in that city. I'm going to say since the Cubs, I guess, but like the way this city cares about the football team is in sort of the Michael Jordan class of caring when the championships have never met what the standard is. For this tandem to bring that city hope as the Eagles fall at the finish line, as they've got a defense that will ravage you, win the turnover battle, but a month ago, all of these games felt Eberflusian right before the second half heroics when they're doing things mathematically that they simply cannot recreate. You cannot win a Super Bowl getting down 21-3 and trying to figure it all out in the second half after Ben Johnson goes into the locker room and does whatever he does with the Bunsen burners to figure out what he has to do in the second half to just play, okay, Caleb, go out there and just run around on 4th and 9.
And now they're a home win away from the NFC Championship. One home win away. Rams are favored. I'm really not sure why, I got to be honest with you. One home win away from the NFC Championship, which maybe they would host as well in Chicago.
Well, it's because everyone thinks the Rams can win all 3 road games because you target Puka 18 times. But
that game against Carolina was impressive to you?
I would love your thoughts on the Carolina game because their season was over after they beat the Dolphins, and yet they were right there, almost beating the Rams for a second time this season.
Pretty unimpressive.
I did not think I would get to the point in life where Mike Ryan would look at me earnestly and say, I want your thoughts on the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah,
but thank you, because I have publicly been the greatest national skeptic on all things Carolina Panthers this season. Again, I declared their season done after they beat the Dolphins just because don't make me watch that team all season. But it's hard to reconcile that with the both times the Rams played them. The Rams, who I think are the best team in football. 5 one-score games they've lost in total freak fashion. All of it, like allowing a special teams touchdown, a defensive touchdown. McVay fires his special teams coach after one of the losses. Like, the Rams should be a 1 seed at home. They were better than Seattle this season, but now, and this is what you risk, 37-year-old quarterback or not, Stafford throwing fingers is a problem. Like, he wasn't the same in the second half. They have in Puka Nacua the same thing they had with Cooper Kupp. You cannot stop it all season. We'll throw to it 20 times. It'll never be something that you can stop. It's too accurate. There's nothing that you can do. But against Carolina, the worst team in the history of the playoffs by point differential, they come out exactly the way that I thought it would go the entire game, and Carolina stays in it, and the Rams do dumb stuff. And at the end of the game, they need Stafford to be great, and he is, because he's better equipped to be great at the end of these games that are all going to be close than any of them. Like, it's weird to me, Zaslow, to watch these games and these quarterbacks when they're all trying to stay being kept within 150 yards and everybody's going for it on 4th down. to have all of the games in that league be that close at the end, where the team trailing at the 2-minute warning in the first 3 games won all 3 of the games, came back to save its season after the 2-minute warning. It's because of the precision of people not like Trevor Lawrence, who had 59 seconds to win that game, and they know how to get down the field to get the 40 yards you need so that you can get into field goal range, because there's not a human being that can actually guard Parkinson. Like, that's not Devontae Adams. That's not even Puka Nacua. Like, if I take a 6'6" tight end and I just throw it to him over in that place, there's not a cornerback that's going to be able to keep up with something like that.
You're noticing now, right, to where all of these teams, first of all, everyone goes for 4th down. It's so strange to see. But you're noticing now where all of these teams, it's the 4th quarter, several minutes left, whatever it is, they're all afraid to settle for field goals to give them the lead. They're all afraid. They all know we have to score touchdowns.
Is it not fair criticism to do what I just did with the Chargers and the Patriots, to say to you, early in that game, he's inside the 5-yard line on 4th down. He goes for it. He decides to throw a pass. He does not trust his offensive line. Harbaugh fails. It's a game that's clearly going to be won by the defense or not at all. Clearly, because of the problems that, again, the Chargers were not fielding a professional offensive line yesterday. It was the worst in the playoffs by miles. I believe that Harbaugh should be indicted for manslaughter, an attempt at manslaughter, for trying to kill Justin Herbert by making him play behind that offensive line without Alt for the last 8 games. It's an incompetence. You cannot do that to Justin Herbert. But in that game inside the 5-yard line, Herbert couldn't get in, even though he's going to be their leading rusher for like 5 of the last 6 weeks. Again, asinine that you're asking Justin Herbert to change his game because you can't run the ball. You don't have an offensive line. You don't have any Harbaugh answers for just run a sweep, Justin, run away, run. That's what the Charger offense was at the end of another season that collapses at the finish line. Justin, run! But 4th and short, you fail, and then the next time you get inside the 5, 4th and short, you kick it, and way to go, Harbaugh. Like, you got a chance at touchdowns. You got to go for touchdowns. But if you're not going to go for touchdowns, don't tell me you're going for touchdowns at the beginning, and then the second time you get close, I'll take the tie 3-3, and then at the end of the game, Vrabel's laughing with blood in his mouth because he's doing it differently than you are. It's crazy how fast this stuff happens in that sport, isn't it? Mm-hmm. How fast LeFleur gets old. It's crazy to me what you saw over the last week of NFL football that, again, begins with John Harbaugh, now available to everybody, right? I'm reading the reports. Harbaugh will decide whether he wants to come to teams or whether he's going to have them to Baltimore, because he's got...
I keep seeing the Dolphins are in play. I don't believe it.
They're interviewing him.
Yeah.
Why don't you believe it?
I mean, maybe Stephen Ross was listening to me. Maybe he's going to do my thing. Give him $50 million.
What? But why don't you believe it? What are you
because
not believing?
How is this a good job for a big time coach? For not someone going for 1 out of 32. How is this a good job?
All the power and money?
Well, where's the power? They just hired a GM.
Okay, but you tell the GM that there's going to be rules, and the GM is going to act as you can allow.
Meaning Stephen Ross tells the GM, you're saying.
Well, but wait a minute. No, what I'm saying is that if you really want somebody and you have no other options that don't improve your credibility from one day to the other, because it would be Jim Harbaugh or bust here if all you're going to do is famous guy who stabilizes your franchise so that people can yawn and say, okay, stable. You won the offseason.
I'll bet they're going to look at McCarthy too.
Okay. But, I mean, that's a waste of time.
I agree.
Okay, but Harbaugh, wait a minute. What's the difference between McCarthy
McCarthy's a meatball.